Good morning. Now we shall see the experiment of simulation, that is SCR turn-off circuit. So we are using auxiliary commutation here. So this is the main thyristor. Yes. So this is the main circuit, and we are making this on by giving the pulse. And we know that once SCR turns on from the pulse, then again it will be continuously on. Since you are giving a constant DC here, it will have a positive VAK and it will be continuously on forever. So you have to somehow make it off. Even though if you remove the gate pulse, it will not become off. So externally you have to do something to make it off. So that is this circuit. So this is the commutation circuit arrangement. So we are using auxiliary thyristor or SCR, and it also needs a gate pulse, and these two gate pulses are complementary. So this is the circuit. We'll understand the working of it now. The working of that circuit is explained here with waveform. It is the same circuit, everything is same. Only thing is the TM is given name as SCR1 and TA is given the name as SCR2. So this was placed here. That's it. Nothing else is different here. Everything is same. So you can see here IG1 is the gate current for SCR1 and IG2 is the gate current for SCR2. So you can see once this is on, this is not on here, and once this is off, this is on. So they are complementary signals. Now this is the load current S. So once you give the trigger on to SCR1, the current starts to flow here. So that is the meaning of this waveform. Okay, next waveforms we will understand how the working of this commutation circuit. So the working of this commutation circuit is, first we'll have to trigger this. First the gate pulse is given to SCR2. So the current will be flowing from VDC. It will charge this capacitor, okay, and it will go to SCR2, RL, and back to VDC, negative terminal of VDC. So this is the path to charge the capacitor. This happens first. Next, once it is completely charged, yes, and you give the pulse to this, that is your TM is nothing but SCR1. So once you give the pulse there, the one current is this one, because you have made it on and positive VAK is there. Yes, it will, the current is VDC SCR1 RL and minus VDC, and another current is the charged capacitor gets starting to discharge. That current path is this. So this is also forward biased, correct? Diode is forward biased, and there are two circulating currents here. One is through outer circuit and another is C, SCR1, L, D, and again to minus C. Fine. Now, as soon as capacitor completely discharged, correct? Because it is discharging and charging this terminal, correct? So here we'll have positive and here we will have negative. Yes, so this positive current cannot flow here because this diode is connected in opposite direction, correct? So what will happen? Then you give the triggering pulse to this, and you are giving it after equal amount of time, maybe 1 millisecond. After each millisecond you are turning on TM, and after 1 millisecond you are turning on TA. This is auxiliary, okay, auxiliary thyristor, TA. So this is TA and this is TM. So in this diagram they are named like that, but in our main circuit this is TM, sorry, this is main thyristor TM and this is TA. So we were here where it was completely charged and it cannot go here. So once we trigger this, the current will start to flow here. So this main current will be coming here, but this charged capacitor will have the current in this direction. So there is at some point where your capacitor current is more than your VDC. Yes. fine. So at that instant it gets off. So that is the whole logic. The whole objective was to make it off, correct? And we have achieved it using the capacitor and auxiliary thyristor. So you can see here, when load current was there, yes, there was no voltage across, because load current is what? Through main thyristor SCR1. Okay, once this current was here, okay, it was short, so no voltage. But once the current drops to zero here, it means it is open, so that time there is a voltage. So what we are trying to plot in this experiment is this voltage across SCR1, which is our TM, and the current here. Okay, that is what we are trying to plot, and this steps are written here, okay, with respect to this diagram. So this is the working, and it gets repeated, so this cyclic happens, and we can see some current through the capacitor also. Okay, these waveforms we are not plotting, we are plotting only this waveform and a current here. Now why this experiment is more important is because thyristor has gained its name as, okay, SCR, which is semiconductor controlled rectifier. So in all rectification we are using thyristor only. So in most of the applications we use thyristors, and in our power electronics lab we are learning inverter, okay, parallel inverter, we are learning thyristor commutation. So almost we have three experiments where we are using this commutation. Okay, so once you do all the experiments, you'll understand that we are using this commutation circuit, which is also called as class D commutation. Okay, which is using what? Auxiliary commutation to turn off the SCR. So with this understanding, so we have understood how the circuit works. Okay, I'll just repeat it. First, you have to trigger SCR2. So this is the first how it is happened, and your capacitor get charged, and then you later give pulse to this. So there are two currents, one is outer current VDC SCR1 RL and minus VDC, then next current is plus C SCR1, okay, L D and this. So there are two currents. Then again what you do, so in this process this gets reverse polarity, okay, discharges and gets reverse polarity, but that reverse polarity cannot come through this path because it is opposite, and it has to be discharged only in this path. So we trigger this, and during once we trigger this we make this off. So this is how it works. Now let us see the simulation of it. So we will open multisim. Okay, if you want to practice you can download this and install it in your computer, and in your coming days in your lab you will be doing this experiment along with MOSFET. Okay, two experiments simultaneously you are doing this. So this is how the main page layout looks. So now what we have to do is we have to rig up those components. So let me go here. First I need a power supply, which is DC power supply, correct? I'll place it here, and I need ground, of course. So I'll place it here. I need two grounds. Okay, I'll place it somewhere here. So you must see the circuit diagram and go according to it. Next I'll go for, because this is power electronics, okay, we go for power, where in power you have many switches, and there you'll find SCR. Okay, so one SCR I'll place it here, and another SCR I'll place it here, but according to my circuit diagram, okay, they are horizontally, but I have placed it vertically. I'll have to rotate it, and then, so where did I find this select a component? I have found it here. Okay, I have simply clicked any one of this and I'm changing using this. Okay, then what else we need? We need a diode, correct? In power only you need a diode. and go to the diode section. Okay, and place it. Okay, it is taking some time. Yes. Now what else we need? So let me check whether this is correct or no. No, this is not correct. Let me delete it, and I'll again go to this section. I'll go to power. Okay, and I'll use diode here, and then let me check whether this is correct. Yes, this is correct. So you should get these kind of values. So voltage drop, on resistance and off resistance. So this kind of diode will have to be used. Then we need a resistance of 10 ohm, correct, as a load. So you take a resistor and you choose 10 ohm. So 10 you can easily choose here. Values are there, and you can easily find 10 ohm. So click that and save here at somewhere at the load side, and you need pulse generator, correct, sources. So let me check where the pulse voltage controlled. You can see here pulse voltage. So this is what we wanted. You place it here, one, and another you take it and place it here. So with this I think we have to connect this now. Inductor is needed. Yes, so we'll go here and find basic components, and in basic we can find the inductor, and also we need a capacitor. So inductor, how many value? 50 micro. So we can find a 50 micro here easily. Yes, you can see here there is a 50 micro. I've chosen it, and we need a capacitor. So let us go to capacitor section. Yes, and we need 50 micro again. So 50 is somewhere here. So I have chosen 50 micro. Okay. So I'll place it here. Now I have to make most of the components in horizontal and vertical position. So right click on each component. Okay. Flip horizontally. Sorry. Horizontally and rotate counterclockwise. Yes. Not flip horizontally. You have to rotate counterclockwise. This also you rotate counterclockwise. Okay. Let this capacitor be here. This is for SCR1. So I'll just rename all this after connecting this. Okay, and this is the connection. Yes, so I'll have to rotate this also. Fine. So I'll have to connect this, then connect it here. This is my main circuit. So this diode has to come here with direction opposite. So flip horizontally. Yes. Now this rotate counterclockwise. and this signal I have to give it to this here, and this signal I have to give it here, and capacitor is connected to diode negative terminal, and this is the circuit, and I should connect this one here. So I have made the connection as per the circuit diagram. Okay, hope it is clear. And I have to take measuring equipments. So before taking measuring equipments, let me do some changes in values as per the circuit diagram. Okay, so here it should be 200 volt DC, and observe this carefully. I am naming it as VDC in a label, and I will display, okay, only label. I don't want anything else to be displayed. Okay, I want the value also be displayed, so let me show the value also. So this you have to do it for all the things. So let me give the name as gate for, don't give space, okay, main thyristor, and make the values only label. Let me have only label, and let us have values, some values here. So this is very important. Initially you don't have to have any value, because pulse initially it will be 0, then it will go up to maximum 5. So we'll not give any, will not have any delay here. So here we will have a pulse width of 1, and the period will be 2. So these changes you have to do. So 0, 5 and 1 and 2. So this is the only change I am doing. So for this also I will do the same. Okay, first label, change it as gate for TA, and let me display only the labels. Okay, let me uncheck those, and value here also it will start with 0, and here also its peak voltage is 5 voltage, pulse magnitude is 5 voltage, and here, okay, there is a delay time of 1 millisecond. It will start bit late, so that is the logic here. And here also it will have pulse width of 1, and here also it will have pulse period of 2. Okay, so hope you understood what I have done. It is just coming late, 1 millisecond late compared to this. So this is coming, so that is how I'm making it complementary. Okay, and now I have to take the measuring equipments. So let me take the oscilloscope, make a single click. Okay, it will follow your cursor. Okay, and then we'll have the voltage here and here. Okay, so you can adjust this as the way you want, or I will undo this. I'll reconnect it. Okay, I'll reconnect this. What I'll do, I'll once click here, click here, click here, and then click here. So let me take this as positive. Okay, and this as across. So I'm taking measuring the voltage here, and here if you can see here at the bottom, right bottom, follow the cursor. Here there is a small arrow, there you can find the current probe. So I'm measuring the current here. Okay, and let me connect it to port B. So this is our port B, and let us join this. So this is our connection. Okay, I think everything is set up now. So I think we can run, and here it will be in millivolt per milliampere. Okay, current it is measuring in terms of voltage only. Okay, that is how the software is made. Okay, so but anyhow we'll get the current here. So let us save this, and you can save it uh, any name you want. So let me give I'll store it on desktop. Okay, or documents only, and let me name it as SCR commutation circuit. What is commutation? Commutation is nothing but a TAT. Okay, commutation is nothing but reversing the current through a device. Commutation is nothing but the reversing the current. So this is the positive current, this is on. So if I make current reverse through this, I will achieve off of thyristor. So that is the whole objective. Now let us start it. That is, I have clicked the green button, run button, and let me double click this, and here we have got some results. So let us see, I'll just increase this division so that, okay, I'll increase this current. So this is channel based current, this is voltage. So you can see here 100 volts per division, so it is almost more than 100, and here it is 20 volt per division, so it is almost 20 ampere. Okay, so this is the output what we wanted, and we have achieved it. And you can see here, this is the voltage signal. Okay, I'll just pause this. So here is the pause button. So this is the voltage signal, correct, which is rising, and this is the current. So you can see, if the voltage has, okay, if the voltage is there, it means, if the voltage is there, it means what? The thyristor is off. Okay, and current is flowing opposite. See, current is there, at some point it becomes off. Yes, so this is the current through the auxiliary thyristor, this one, this signal. Okay, it is decreasing here. So current is there through auxiliary transistor TA, and it is flowing to TM, so it is opposite to that. So once opposite current flows, okay, it gets off. So this is the experiment what you have to conduct it and show. So that's all about this experiment. Thank you.